Hey guys, it's Carly here. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on like my everyday look right now. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I already have moisturized my skin. I always apply rosehip seed oil every day and a moisturizer that has SPF 30 in it. So now I'm going to go in with primer. My favorite primer is the Hello Fab. So it's a First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. I'm almost out of this. I use it every single day. It's just the best. My skin is already pretty luminous from the rosehip seed oil, but I like luminosity. So I'm just gonna put this everywhere. You know what's weird is I really don't like applying my foundation with my hands, but I feel like there's no other way to apply a primer. Like everyone does it. Just how it goes. For foundation, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Matte and Poreless. I'm in the shade 120. This is my go-to foundation on a daily basis. And I'm using the L'Oreal Beauty Sponge to apply it. This, in my opinion, is the best beauty sponge. For concealer, I'm going to use two different concealers. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape in light neutral under my eyes because it's so full coverage and I have really bad dark circles. And then for all these little zits I have right now, I'm going to spot conceal with the NYX HD Studio Concealer in the shade Beige. And if you have a similar skin tone to me, beige has been the best match I've found so far. So going in with Shape Tape first, I really don't use a lot of this. Just a little bit under my eyes. Then I'm gonna blend with the same L'Oreal sponge. Okay, so that's all for my concealer under my eyes. And then I'm gonna go in and spot conceal. Okay, now to set my concealer, I'm going to use my trusty RCMA No Color Powder with this Luxie Precision Foundation brush. I just use it to set under my eyes. I mean, I've really set my whole face with this because I have an oily T-zone. Okay, so I forgot to prime my eyes, so I'm just going to use Tarte Shape Tape to dot a little bit on them and prime my eyes. Okay, for bronzer, I'm going to go on with my favorite bronzer. This is the Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light, and I'm using the Morphe M530 for bronzer. I like this brush because it is really small, so you can like really concentrate the product and not get it everywhere. I feel like I kind of have a small face, so I like brushes that are more easily controlled instead of like big bronzer brushes. I mean, I have big bronzer brushes I really like, but I prefer these types. I do hate this one because it sheds so much, but I haven't found one of a similar size. So if you know of something that looks like this, it's just kind of like a rounded head, I would love to hear about it because I hate how much this one sheds. It just sheds like crazy. And now I'm blending the bronzer in with a duo fiber brush to kind of diffuse the edges. Okay, for blush, I'm going to go in with Becca's Wild Honey. It's like a really peachy brown color. Actually, I haven't used this in a long time and I know it's super pigmented, so I'm gonna try to be light-handed. And I'm using the Morphe E4 brush. Let's see how this goes. For highlighter, I'm going to use one of my favorites. This is the Smashbox x Casey Holmes Pearl palette, the Spotlight palette. I'm going to use this middle shade. It's basically the only one I use in this palette, but I still think the palette is worth it because it is just so beautiful. It leaves your skin with a really like natural glow. She always has promoted it as not emphasizing texture, and I completely agree. I don't generally have texture in this area, but when I do, it's really nice that this highlighter doesn't emphasize it. And I'm using my Anastasia highlighter brush to apply it. Mine got so messed up. Does anyone have tips on how to keep this brush nice? Like, I feel like it just doesn't look nice, and I've only had it for a month, and I don't overwash it. I'm not aggressive when I wash it. I'm just not sure why. It's so sad. Okay, now that my base is done, I'm going to set my face with the Pop Beauty Makeup Magnet Mist. This is my favorite facial spray. And I'm going to pounce my Beauty Blender on top. Okay, for my eyeshadow, I'm going to use some of my favorite ColourPop shadows. The first one I'm using is Bel Air. It's just like a neutral light brown. I'm just gonna put that in my crease. The next shade I'm going to go in with, really focusing on the outer V, but also in the crease on the outer edge, is ColourPop's Conundrum. I love this brown. It's probably my favorite brown out of any eyeshadow I own. Something about it just like really brings out my green eyes. I don't know what it is, but if you don't have Conundrum, I highly suggest getting it. I'm gonna go in with a denser brush. This is the Morphe R39. It's just more compact. And I'm gonna take Conundrum again and just kind of focus it more on the outer part. Now I'm just gonna take this cream shade, ColourPop Full Zip up here, and put this on the inner part of my eye, kind of just everywhere. I love doing this for everyday looks. I feel like creams just like really brighten up your eye, but they keep a matte look really simple and not crazy. I like shimmer shades sometimes, but mostly I just really like a good cream. Now I'm going to take this ColourPop shade Ringer. It's this really pretty vibrant champagne shade. I'm just going to use my finger because I don't think I have a brush to do it, and put this on the inner corners of my eye. Okay, now I'm going to start with Bel Air again and put this on my lower lash line with a pencil brush. That's it for the eyes. I was going to put Conundrum underneath too, but I think that would make it pretty dark, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, mascara time. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, the normal one, not the waterproof. This mascara is awesome. I think everyone has been raving about it, and the hype is real. I think it's well deserving. It's so good. Okay, now for brows, I'm going to speed through this really fast. But first I comb them up with this spoolie. They're really out of shape right now. They really have no shape, but I don't know. I don't want to get them done because I like a big bushy brow look, so I kind of like it, kind of don't. I'm kind of weird with my brows right now. I'm going to use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Ash Brown. I don't really like this, to be honest. I was using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil and I loved it, and I ran out and I just didn't want to spend the money on a brow pencil that was like $20. So I wanted the L'Oreal one, but they didn't have it at the Target I went to, so I got the NYX one, and I just don't like it as much as the L'Oreal. So if you're looking for a drugstore option, I would definitely go L'Oreal over NYX. It's not terrible. I guess it's preference. Some people really like this. I'm not a big fan, but I guess it gets the job done. And I'm just lightly filling them in, like very gently, not really a method to it, just like filling in lightly. Now I'm just gonna brush them through with the spoolie to kind of deposit all the pigment I just put down. That is the good thing about this brow pencil. It has a pretty nice spoolie on the opposite end. And the color matches my brows pretty well. I think it's just something with the formula I'm not a big fan of. I can't really put my finger on it. I just don't love the formula. Okay, now I'm going to set everything in place with the Maybelline Brow Drama Sculpting Brow Mascara in Soft Brown. This has a weird wand, but I really like it. I think it holds your brows in place really well, and the color is really nice. It's not too warm, not too ashy, and it just really gives like a fullness look to the brows. I actually like it more than Glossier's Boy Brow, and which is saying a lot because people love that product. Okay, so brows are done, so my last step is lip. I'm actually trying a new product today. This is the Beauty Bakery, what are they called? Lip Whips in the shade Ginger Snap. I feel like this is a perfect shade for fall. I'm really excited to try it. The packaging is really cute. Oh, I like the applicator. It's like a pointed doe foot, and it has a little well in between, so the product kind of sits nicely there. I think those generally apply product really evenly. Okay, so this shade is absolutely stunning. I don't know how I feel about the formula yet because I just applied it, but oh my god, the shade is so beautiful. I've been wanting Kat Von D Plath for a long time, and I feel like this looks really similar. So now that I have this, I don't have to buy that.